kind of like missed about ITP, and what I missed was like doing stuff, by hand. After ITP, I sort of went back to doing advertising, which is build this like little development shop, and I sort of left my favorite thing to do at ITP, which was PCOM. And I'm slurring, but it's totally cool. So basically, I came up with this idea of trying to get this network of getting the new cool toy to play around with, the new PCOM like kit, like DIY things, and sort of things that you can sort of like use and play around with, maybe like the new IR sensor or iBeacon technology, or something that's like practical and you can apply to what you're doing in your world. So basically, so what is this Lunchbox idea? So I have a lot of time during lunch where I'm eating, eating my lunch. So I'm like sometimes my mom would add like little notes in there and like, oh, don't forget to do things. And so basically, what do you get from this? Like you get a kit, some components, some modules perhaps. Maybe like other ITPers throw in like a little postcard about their new startup. You get a survey like that maybe is like polling like smart people, the millennials perhaps. You get like an ITP digest, maybe like a printed little newsletter telling you what's happening with the community, like a newscast of like a URL or like a 2D code that you can scan or something. And like you might get a beer coupon that you can like use for a TNO or something like that. So the key here is like, what are you paying for? You're paying for a distribution network. We're all part of this ITP community. You could pay like maybe $90 a year to like get in touch with what we like the basics. So like the vision was this network where everybody would subscribe like some dues, so that we can ship like a little box of stuff to you, and then that box, what's in that box? Like it would be curated by perhaps like residents, maybe like like people that like Dana, I don't know. That's how I didn't think about that much, but and then people like me can throw in like a postcard, maybe little bits can throw in their new module for you to test before they add it to the public realm. So forth and so on. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Somebody else mentioned the discussion forum. I thought that was pretty cool. You could have this, like everybody got their box and they're like, okay, what the hell is this one thing nobody knows? They talk about it. What is this one little component? Oh yeah, that's that thing that goes into your iPhone, and all of a sudden you work with iBeacons and so puppies and kittens, the core of the concept is like literally like we are a very broad distribution network. Like we're all we're in different facets of every industry. Like I started up in advertising, actually in civil engineering. That's where I started, and then I went into advertising. Now I'm in entrepreneurship and technology. I mean, my good friends are lawyers and now are unemployed and government folk. And so, that's it. Questions?
So how are you going to edit this in your summer?
I have no idea. That's not how I do business.
I think this is pretty great, and I want it now. I'm kind of annoyed with you.
Yeah.
Did all that.
So the next steps are like I do want to do this, and I think the next step is like I'm gonna put up like a little sign up list where people can actually literally sign up, not pay any money, but just sign up. So once we get critical mass, then and there's enough interest, expect maybe like around $100 to pay in your dues. You're gonna get one box every season, like every 3 months, and if there's enough interest, I don't know, we'll gather around some people that have some free time and start shipping stuff out. Yeah, perhaps, sure.
I love this idea because, you know, people graduate and they get super busy and they're doing all these things with their lives, and the fact that it's a physical object that you receive in the mail is awesome. It's not an email, it's not a list, it's not like some website, but it's a physical thing.
Yeah.
I think it's really great.
Yeah, it looks like a laser cut or craft robo cut, like little happy mailbox.
I put Vulcan on there because it should be cool.
Yeah.
It should be like something like, oh man, it's my
Maybe
lunchbox.
it could be like the drive-bys or social hour, where you know each week a different person volunteers to curate it. So you know people will want to make their lunchbox special.